This is the new Weight Watchers, built for real life and real results, no matter what mode you're in. Maddie went all in for her big day and lost 33 pounds. Emily lost 85 pounds and hit her goal while still living her life.
Weight Watchers gave me the tools and I feel amazing.
Join the millions of members and lose weight with the #1 doctor-recommended weight loss program. Lose more at WeightWatchers.com.
At 6 months, participants in a clinical trial of Weight Watchers program lost an average of 12 pounds.
What's the most sustainable way to love fashion? It's changing the way you shop by shopping with The RealReal. The RealReal is the world's largest and most trusted source for authenticated luxury resale. When you shop with The RealReal, you'll find the luxury brands you love, like Prada, Celine, and Loewe, all for up to 90% off retail. And when you're ready to refresh your wardrobe, you can sell the pieces you no longer wear to fund your next new-to-you finds. Buy, sell, repeat. Guilt-free. The RealReal extends the life cycle of luxury by keeping coveted items in rotation. Sell to shop, shop to sell. With The RealReal. It's better for the planet and better for your closet. Plus, during Earth Month, you can earn $100 extra when you sell with The RealReal. Go to therealreal.com to get started. Earn $100 extra during the entire month of April at therealreal.com. That's therealreal.com. Terms apply.
You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Tuesday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby. Are you familiar with the band Harm's Way?
Yes, absolutely. Great hardcore band.
Yeah. They're based in the Chicago area, and Bo Luders, one of their guitar players,
Sadly passed away.
recently passed away April 1st. Apparently, he was really tight with a lot of people in the professional wrestling community.
You showed me CM Punk. That was him that walked out with like his name on his jacket during his entrance.
Yeah,
there.
and his ring jacket for the main event of night 2. He had Bo Luders stitched into his jacket, as well as some other names of like WWE personnel who passed away, sort of giving a fitting tribute. Turns out that's not the only tribute CM Punk and their friends gave to Bo at WrestleMania. Famously, CM Punk wrestled against The Undertaker at a WrestleMania years and years ago, where the story was that he had stolen The Undertaker's urn. Apparently, he kept that prop from the storyline.
Oh, and did they put his ashes in The Undertaker's urn?
They put Bo Luder's cremated ashes in The Undertaker's urn and brought him to WrestleMania.
Oh, so sick.
Yeah, so there's pictures of like CM Punk backstage holding the urn. They put it on like the stage, the walkway facing the ring, and took some pictures. Plus his friends and like band members took the urn out on the strip.
Got to party with him one last time.
Yeah, man. Took him to like some bars, took him to some casinos. There's pictures of like the urn sitting on slot machines in downtown Vegas. Pictures of the urn with them and like Vegas showgirls smiling and posing. I have to assume not knowing that there are actual remains in the urn.
That's pretty sick. You know what? I'll say this right now. If you die before me,
yes,
look at me in the eyes.
Yeah.
I promise you, I will. You've never been to WrestleMania.
I've never been.
If you die before me, I will take your remains to WrestleMania.
Hell yeah. Thank you, brother.
As long as you promise me one thing.
Oh, okay. Where are you going?
If I die before you,
yes,
you got to take my ashes to, if the Leafs ever do make the Stanley Cup final, you got to take it to a game, and if they win, you got to spread it on the ice for me, okay?
I got to throw it on the... What if it's somewhere like in the deep South States or something? I'm getting banned from an arena?
How much do you love me? I'll spread your ashes at Mania if you want.
Now, okay, I'm willing to take this agreement, but you have to promise not to haunt me if they don't make it before I also die. Like, I did my best.
Sure.
I'm not in control of
it. Sure. I know this is like a big thing that people do of like taking their ashes to like games and stuff. I mean, I've seen Disney World is a big one there. People actually get in trouble all the time for trying to spread their like family members' remains.
Yeah, there are members of the Disney World and Disneyland security teams that are solely responsible for just keeping an eye out for people trying to spread ashes because it's such a widespread problem. And of course, like, it's great for you and like your family member who maybe had a tie to this place or whatever, but nobody on the log ride wants to breathe in your uncle.
The craziest one is there was a band a couple years ago. I remember there was a video that went viral. I can't remember who it was. And someone in the pit started like shaking a bag of ashes around while there was a circle pit going on.
Which again, like maybe a fitting tribute to a loved one. Like this is how they would have wanted to go out. But everybody else in the pit didn't plan on inhaling remains tonight.
I mean, if you were a huge part of the local scene, now you're a part of everyone. You know? Maybe that's the way you look at it.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We've got Roger on the line. Roger, what do you want done with your ashes when you pass, man?
If my friends have instructions, they're going to get a handful of my ashes, and they're going to throw them into the faces of people I didn't like when I was alive. Just one more Roswell Syria type thing.
Like a really morbid version of getting pied in the face.
Yeah, but I got to get the last one in, right?
Yeah. That's a great way of looking at it. I mean, if you think about it, he's like winning every argument he's ever lost.
Honestly, there's no coming back. Like, imagine you're just out doing your daily errands and someone just powders you in the face and then you find out it's that guy you never liked from work.
We got Brother Jay on the line, kind of in the same vein as Roger. You've got an idea what you want to do with your ashes?
I would like my ashes spread around that person's house so I can haunt that son of a bitch
forever. Oh, you thought just because I was dead you were done with me?
Surprise.
You know, I love that, Brother Jay. Someone else texted in and said, spread my ashes in my ex's driveway so she can keep running me over.
See, that feels like two sides of the spectrum, right? Brother Jay feels like it's like a vengeful spirit, whereas that feels like a fetish of some sort.
or just knowing where you stand.
Yeah.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
So last week we learned that you can leave reviews for strip clubs on Google.
You can. I'm still not 100% sure why you should, but you can.
We went through the very interesting deli meat smells that are going on at the strip club in Belleville there. Friend of the show, Ryan, hit me up on Instagram and he said, you got to look at this one review at the Whiskey A Go-Go in Concord, Ontario, which is not far from Canada's Wonderland there.
Okay, so yeah, two places that make people happy.
This is a 5-star review written by Adventurescape.
Okay, so not using his government name.
No. Listen to this. It's a very sad review, but it turns around at the end.
Okay.
It says, the last 13 months of my life have been a whirlwind of change. Most of them not for the better. My frequent visits to the whiskey have had a profound impact on my personal life. Some would say way too profound. What started as an occasional night out has turned into a regular part of my routine, and as a result, I've seen my marriage deteriorate.
Oh, no.
The bond I once had with my wife has grown weaker with each passing month, and now we find ourselves separated.
Well, yeah, you're going to the strip club on a daily basis.
The toll these visits have taken didn't stop there. My children are no longer in my custody, and I've been through a string of jobs I simply couldn't keep due to my increasing focus elsewhere. Financially, I've had to make some serious sacrifices, even risking the loss of my home. At first glance, all of this may seem like a negative spiral.
Yeah.
And it has been in many ways. But there's another side to the story.
Okay.
Despite the hardships and the consequences, I've come to realize that Whiskey's offers me something I can't find anywhere else. It's more than just a place to relax. It's a sanctuary. Every time I walk through the doors, I'm welcomed with open arms, immersed in an atmosphere that feels like an escape from the complexities of life. The sense of freedom I feel here is unmatched. The staff goes above and beyond to make sure everyone feels like they belong, and Peter, the manager, is exceptional. There's still more. Listen to this.
What a weird trip this is.
Yes, my frequent trips have changed my life more than I expected, but the truth is they've also given me something I wasn't getting anywhere else, a sense of peace and fulfillment. As unconventional as it may seem, Whiskey's has become a vital part of my life. So, while I've faced loss and challenges, I've also found a place where I truly feel at ease. It's been a balancing act, but I've come to accept that the sacrifices I've made are outweighed by the joy and satisfaction I experience here. For anyone thinking about visiting, be prepared. It may change your life in ways that you didn't anticipate.
This is the first time in the history of my life that I hope something was written by AI and not a real human being.
It is one of the saddest yet heartwarming things I've ever read at the same time.
Oh, yeah, no. My life is so much better now that my lame wife and dumb kids are out of the picture.
I mean, it tore this man's life apart. But it also seems like it gave him meaning, you know?
Yeah, until he doesn't have enough money to pay the door charge and can't come in anymore.
I mean, sure. I'm sure his lawyers don't want to see this reviews when they're going through custody battles or court issues, but...
Yeah, something tells me he's not getting weekends with the kids.
Some of us find happiness in the most bizarre places is what I'm learning today.
I mean, maybe try a therapist instead.
It sounds like her name's Candy.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
If you haven't heard about Doug Ford's private plane, it was a big story on Friday. People were very upset about it. And so Doug Ford has announced that he will be selling his plane that is valued at $28.9 million after the whole kerfuffle.
Okay, hang on now, because he said in the statement where he said he was going to sell the plane, this was not Doug Ford's plane. This was the government's plane.
Sure.
This was the people's plane, brother.
If it was the people's plane, we all should have got a free ride on it.
That would have actually been sick.
Right?
If every Ontarian got mailed a pair of tickets.
He did put out a quote the other day saying, despite the best of intentions, I have heard and agree that now is not the right time for the expense of a government plane. He said that the province is working with Bombardier and other partners to sell the plane as quickly as possible. But it'll be interesting to see. I mean, it's kind of like a car, right? Like, does the value drop as soon as you drive it off the lot?
Well, and that's the thing, too, right? Like, now that it's a big news story, anybody who might want to buy a plane knows that the government is sort of hung over a barrel here. No one's going in there and being like, oh, yeah, I'll give you sticker price for that.
What I'm thinking is this was taxpayer money. Am I wrong?
Yes.
So $28.9 million that we technically paid for this plane, if they're going to sell it, I think the best way that Doug Ford could win all of us over is I think he does like a lottery or something.
Oh, so he sells the plane, he gets all the money back, but it's already been earmarked that this doesn't need to be in bank accounts. So you're saying give it away.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right? Like we paid for it already. Either that or at least let us decide what you're going to do with the money. But I think what the lottery kind of system is, we've seen how much this country loves 50-50s with the Blue Jays. I mean, look at the one up in Thunder Bay with the hospital all the time.
Yeah, man. They make bank every month.
And it's like, if you did your taxes this year, you get an entry in.
Okay, and then, I mean, yeah, because you have to be of a certain age, and you have to be working, contributing, paying taxes.
Yep.
That's your money
exactly
that they wasted on a plane.
Exactly.
And then we don't have to buy in. Although, if you did do like a buy-in, you could also raise a ton of money for the province.
You could do that, but I think we already paid for this.
Yeah, you're right. No tickets. Give me a ticket. I paid my taxes.
Maybe it's like $1 million a week, and if you want to take the 50-50 angle on it, it's like, rather than buying into it, it's like 50% of the money goes to a citizen of the province.
Right. If my ticket gets drawn, I win half.
And then if you win, you get to pick where the other 50% goes.
Oh, whether it goes to like a charity or like a public works, like paving roads or something.
Think about this. If it was like a $2 million draw and it's like you get to take $1 million and then the other $1 million goes to go fill potholes in this province.
Build a park or something like that. Like something that you want to see in your community.
Yeah.
That would be pretty sick.
That's what they should do with the money.
I mean, pretty blatant vote buying by the conservatives, but at the same time, like, give me $1 million. I'm okay with it.
Sure.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
So we're trying to figure out what the province should do with the $28.9 million from Doug Ford's plane if they sell it. Pete, you had a good idea?
Well, it's like too small to kind of spread out with everybody, right? And
yeah.
Our province is just so diverse that, like, we're spread out all over the place. So any focus of that money is going to be kind of like seen as like favoritism to one place over the other.
Valid.
So if you split it up to, Google says 44 municipalities. Each municipality gets $65,000 for Lotto Max tickets. Either way, the money's going to go back into actually funding stuff, because we know that the Lotto does a lot of good stuff for like handicap and everything like that. Yeah. So at least the money's going to end up in the people's pockets and not somebody of Dougie's buddies. You know.
And there's a chance that like one town could really flourish in this province if it all goes right.
Exactly, right? 65 grand in tickets, that's a pretty good roll of the dice.
Just imagine the mayor of Milton sitting there holding a stack of Lotto Max tickets going, we're about to find out if we get put on the map, baby.
Dude, imagine standing behind the mayor while he's at Circle K trying to check these tickets. Winner, Gagnon.
Bonk.
Oh my God, the lineup behind that person who gets tasked with doing it in every town. That'd be horrible.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Over the past few years, it's been proven that Gen Z really isn't drinking at all. And Stats Canada actually released some new data claiming that people aged 18 to 34 have seen a significant drop in alcohol consumption. Men aged 18-34 fell from 87% in 2015 to 75% in 2025.
It's very interesting what the future of nightlife and entertainment is going to look like. Like even places that serve alcohol as part of the meal, or bars where it's the whole attraction, strip clubs that have a 2-drink minimum, comedy clubs that do the same thing. If people aren't drinking, how are these entertainment venues going to find other ways to bring people in? You know?
And unfortunately, I mean, I think we all know the reason why young people aren't drinking is just it's the cost to go out now, right? Like if you go out to dinner and you want to have a drink with your food, it's just adding a few extra bucks that you almost feel like you don't need to spend.
Well, and things, if the times are tight, wallets are tight, purses are tight, and then also drinks are getting more expensive. Plus, if you're going for drinks, now you have to think about how you're getting there, how you're getting back, Uber prices, cab prices. Are you getting a hotel? All these things.
Nowhere really does deals. I mean, I know there's a lot of places, like you look at like a Chuck's Roadhouse or something that's doing like the cheap pints, but think about when you were in your 20s and you'd go and get ripped up at the bar with your friends. Like,
brother,
it's way too expensive for the kids to do now.
My first college party where our class went out to a bar, they were doing triple highballs for $12. I was king that night.
The way that we talk about drinking is going to be like how our parents used to talk about how affordable houses were back in the day.
I used to walk uphill both ways to the bar.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
There's a guy in Columbus who's apparently facing arson charges right now. I guess there were some fuel tanks that caught on fire.
Damn.
The guy works there. They have him on camera going in and taking some gas and stuff. But then it gets a little iffy. There was a fire that was started there. He's the last one who was seen on the scene. Suspicious, right? So they called him in for an interview. And when he shows up for his interview, his eyebrows were charred, I guess you could say.
a little black on the ends,
yeah.
A little singed.
So police automatically suspecting the man that it had to have been him.
If you get called into the police station for arson and you show up with burns, it's not a good look.
You're probably suspect number one, right?
It's not going to work in your favor.
Now, the man is trying to defend himself, claiming that the reason why his eyebrows are burnt is it happened because he was trying to light a cigarette.
It wasn't that he set fuel tanks on fire. Just got out of hand with a dart and a lighter.
I don't know if I believe him, but to play devil's advocate here, as someone who smoked and someone who used to smoke.
I did, yeah.
Do you ever light a smoke before and maybe the flame got a little too high? I've most definitely burnt my eyebrows before, so I can believe him on this.
You know what? I had some buddies back in like high school who would always get into modifying their lighters to make the flame bigger.
Sure.
You borrow a lighter that you're not prepared for and that flame shoots up and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, hey, oh.
Yeah. Even if you get one of those crappy Dollarama ones and you put the plus side all the way up, the flame goes like 3 inches.
That said, I don't think at any point in my 42 years have I had singed eyebrows. Maybe I burned a lot of knuckle hair with like trying to smoke cigarettes, but not my face hair.
I've most definitely burned a lot of nose hairs. I've burnt my eyelashes before. I burnt my eyebrows. So like, I'm really interested to see how they go about this in a court of law. Like, how are they going to determine that?
I mean, here's the thing. All the signs and evidence point to this man being guilty of the arson. But if he is innocent, what awful timing to have a cigarette-related eye hair injury.
Sure.
Like, what lousy luck.
I mean, maybe, honestly, if he didn't say the cigarette thing, he could have just went like, dude, I was trying to start the barbecue.
Now that I would believe.
How many people have started their barbecue with the lid closed and then woof?
Especially like around now when you're opening the barbecue for maybe the first time of the year. It's been sitting there for a while. It's got all the whatever. Yeah, maybe you got a little bit of a flashback, a little bit of a fireball getting the grill going.
I think the police would believe this guy if he had just thought about the excuse a little bit more, because we've all been there. Every smoker has burned themselves trying to light something, but also I feel like you could have came up with a better angle, you know?
It's just, if you've got fully singed eyebrows, it's hard to be like, you know what it's like when you try to light a dart, brother.
You know those Marlboros when you're drunk, they get a little...
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Becky, you kind of believe that this guy with the arson thing could be telling the truth because you have a similar story, right?
Yeah, I decided to borrow a lighter from a buddy in high school, and he thought it would be funny to turn the lighter up high, and my hair was still wet. It was first thing in the morning, and it went up in flames. So I smelled like burnt hair half the day.
See, we're talking about this guy who's being charged with arson, and he's trying to use the exact same excuse. It's a real thing that happens to more people than you think.
Yeah, it really does. I think no one would come and get me from school, so I hitchhiked from Kingston to Napanee because I stunk.
Oh, yeah, it's the smell, too, especially if you get it in your nose. It's stuck there all day.
That's the thing. It's like, I have to assume when this man came to turn himself in or whatever from the story, like, they smelled him coming. Yeah. They knew he was here.
We got a lot of stories like this, a lot of 420-friendly stories of people using their BONGs.
Yeah. A lot of people with the knives.
A lot of hot knife stories.
yeah,
for sure. And then the other stories that we're getting of people burning themselves as kids sitting in the car, being alone with the cigarette lighter.
Yep.
I don't know why we all felt tempted to do it, but
it was that thing, especially if your parents didn't smoke in the car, so you didn't really know what it was. You just like pushing it, and then you realize you could take it out, and look, it's so glowy red.
Yeah. You're like, I have to touch it. I just have to. We do got someone else here on the line now. You have a story about burning yourself or something like that as a kid?
Well, I didn't burn myself, dude, but when I was about 10 years old, I lived beside these people called the Mulroonies. They own Mulrooney Trucking in Kingston.
Okay.
And I was out playing with matches one day, lighting bushes on fire and stomping them out, thinking that was cool.
You know, as a kid does.
As one would.
At the time, that's what I was thinking. And I ended up lighting this one bush on fire, and I couldn't get it out. I ran back to my cousin's house. I got a water gun, and I started shooting it with the water gun, running back and forth. Eventually, he got too close to my aunt's house, where I had to go and tell her.
No.
She told my great-grandmother, who was really good friends with the owner of this property. And she came up that road, and she got off her lawn tractor, and she smacked me as hard as she possibly could, calling me an idiot.
You know what my favorite part of this story is, to be honest, is that you had to go run and tell them like they couldn't see the fire in the field.
Yeah, they didn't notice.
Yeah, they definitely seen there's no way they missed the flames or the smoke.
I also am having a great time just picturing a young man standing there with a super soaker being like, I got this.
Oh, dude, it was so bad. We tried to get the garden hose all the way out there at one point. It was bad.
I feel like most kids go through like a little bit of a pyro phase. That's one way to kick the habit, I guess.
Yup.
Yeah, it was. It was a really quick way to me find out not to play with fire.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
American Airlines, you're familiar with the company.
Yeah.
Celebrating their centennial, 100 years in business, flying the friendly skies, losing bags, and making people uncomfortable. To celebrate, they are releasing what might be the weirdest promotional gimmick I've seen in a while. They're releasing trading cards.
Trading cards?
Yeah, American.
Like upper deck, like hockey card style?
Basically, yeah. American Airline trading cards. If you have an American Airlines flight booked, as you're getting on, you can ask the captain, because apparently that's his job now, is to hand out one free trading card to every passenger on the flight.
Hold up. Are you saying, like, do the pilots have their own trading cards? Is that what it is?
No, that's the bummer about this. It's the planes.
Oh.
The planes that they've had in their fleet over the span of the 100 years, different eras and stuff like that.
Oh, that's not as cool.
Pilot trading cards would be sick as hell.
It'd be so cool if every pilot that worked for, what was it, American Airlines?
Yeah.
If they had their own cards and then they could sign them for people.
Dude, imagine getting on like here in Canada, because this is mostly going to be an American thing, but you're getting on an Air Canada flight or a Swoop flight or a WestJet or a Porter, and you go to the captain like, hey, who's flying this thing today? And they hand you a trading card with their stats on the back.
Their stats on the back of what? How many birds they've taken out?
Yeah. I mean, you could have things like, how many flights have you taken off? Also, how many flights have landed? If that number doesn't match, then how many crashes have you walked away from?
I don't know the acronym that you could use for it, but kind of like on baseball cards, how there's like the ERA and the RBI. If you could figure out like their delayed flight ratios.
Yeah. How long are your flights usually behind in landing?
You know, that's actually a genius idea. If you have business cards, if you make them into trading cards, that's a great way for them not to end up in the dumpster somewhere.
Brother, why do we not have Brock and Dalby trading cards yet? I mean, even if it was just one Brock and one Dalby and we could like hand them out to people.
Think about it for like any business. If you're a lawyer, you could have all your stats on the back of like the cases that you've won or whatever, right?
Yeah. If you're like a divorce lawyer, like, how many custodies have you won?
Yeah, you're a plumber. How many toilets have you unclogged?
What's the average alimony that you bring in?
Yeah. Trading cards instead of business cards is a genius idea.
If you're looking to promote your business, feel free to take this one on us.
The guy from American Psycho would be losing it right now if he heard this idea.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
You should send a text to us, 762-555. Send a text, my friend. Woo! If you got a question, comment, concern, you can ask us right now. And if you want to hear us read it on the radio, come out and send a text. Just send us a text. Send us a text.
I mean, hopefully the show doesn't make people feel like jumping.
Jeez. All right, let's get her going. 762-555. First one in here says, can you tell my 2-year-old in the back seat to chill out?
Yeah, calm down, man. Slow down. You're 2.
What's your best advice for someone dealing with a toddler who's got no chill?
So here's the thing. I got 2 pieces of advice, and you're not going to love either one of them. The first is kids are gonna make noise and you just eventually gotta block it out. That's if you got a kid screaming in the back seat and you're driving, especially if it's a long drive, there's only so much you can do short of pulling the car over and like sitting back there to hang out with them. So you just gotta kind of deal with it.
Ignore it.
Advice number 2, you can solve this problem today, right now. Go to a store, go on Amazon, go online, buy an iPad.
Oh, don't make him become an iPad kid.
I'm not saying it's the right answer. I even said specifically you're going to hate it. But if you absolutely need your kid to be quiet, that's the answer. And it sucks that that's the answer because a lot of people go that way. A lot of people are like, I can't handle my kids being loud or being disruptive or being whatever.
But the screen just like
you put
soaks them in.
You put a screen in front of them, they slow down. That's also why there are kids in like grade 6 and 7 that can't read, but that's neither here nor there.
My parents were more or less like threatening. Like they would like, you know, not abusive, but they would be like, we'll leave you here on the side of the road. And that usually like tamed me out a little bit.
Yeah, or even like when you'd go to stores and stuff like that, like not enough parents are willing to turn around and walk out of the place that they are in when their kids start misbehaving. Like that was what my mom did. If we went to a place and I was acting a fool, we left. It didn't matter if it was the toy store, the grocery store, clothing store. We didn't stick around.
Parents, remember, you are in control, all right?
Yeah, as much as your kids have led you to believe otherwise, you are the adult in the room.
Someone said, what would you do if you found out your partner was cheating on you with AI? I guess define cheating. I know we've talked about weird stories where people are getting like married and having relationships with AI.
I would have to assume because I don't believe that the technology exists yet, or maybe it does and I don't want to know about it, but I would assume it's like emotional cheating.
I mean, throw their phone in the toilet?
Yeah, I think, you know, if it's someone that you love, it's a relationship you want to pursue, therapy is the only option because that's a person that needs
I'd probably be more concerned about their mental health, if anything. Yeah,
that's just it. I wouldn't necessarily take it personally to me. Luckily, my partner doesn't trust AI, so we're good.
Somebody said, what's your comedy movie, Mount Rushmore?
Damn.
I'd go Step Brothers. Off the top of my dome,
gross.
Step Brothers,
Yeah.
Billy Madison. I'll put Superbad up there and Wayne's World.
Oh, I didn't even think about Wayne's World. Like, Adam Sandler is obviously the first thing that comes to mind, but like, if it's a Mount Rushmore of comedy movies, you can't just have 4 Sandlers up there.
You could.
I mean, you could, right? What Mount Rushmore that had like Waterboy, Billy Madison, Mr. Deeds, and Happy Gilmore would people not go and visit?
Solid choices.
But I mean, there are also just so many killer movies from the 90s. I would have to think about it for more time than we have.
Would you go to Jurassic Park is another question we got in here.
No! What? People are stupid. Why would you ever go?
Well, if you think about it, in the Jurassic World movies, the place ran fine for about a decade there.
Sure, for about a decade. Great to be there on the day it stopped working.
We've all gone to the zoo before.
Yeah, there's nothing in the zoo that I'm really worried about completely tearing apart my town.
Finally, someone said, if they're making a documentary about your life, who do you hope they interview for the show and who do you hope they don't interview?
I'm torn on whether or not I would want them to do a sit down with you.
What?
Well, because here's the thing. There are, honest to God, after my wife passed, there's probably nobody on this planet that knows me better than you. But there's also nobody that likes to make things up about me more than you.
If you're alive, I'll embellish. If you're dead, I'll tell the true tale.
So all I have to do is cease to exist on this mortal plane for you to finally show me some respect.
Pretty much.
Want to be a part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby podcast.
Weight Watchers now offers access to affordable GLP-1s. It works for members like...
I'm Haley, and I've lost 100 pounds. Weight Watchers has everything I need, from weight loss medications to nutrition support and help with my side effects. It's all in one place.
Weight Watchers handles the insurance for you and offers affordable cash pay options. With our program, our members are losing more weight with expert nutrition and side effect support.
I'm Mike, and I've lost 135 pounds. Weight Watchers prescribing GLP-1 medications. It's been life-changing.
I'm Sharia, and I lost 80 pounds on Weight Watchers. I realized that it would take more than a prescription to lose weight and feel good on a GLP-1.
Better results, expert support, lose more weight, make it last.
I can't imagine doing a GLP-1 without Weight Watchers.
Get started for as low as $25 at weightwatchers.com/new.
Medications require eligibility and prescription. Patients on 15 milligrams of trizepatide had an average of 21% weight loss in a 72-week clinical trial when paired with diet and exercise. First month is low as $25 with a 12-month Med Plus plan. Does not include the cost of GLP-1 medications.